Mm, 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 mm. Crazy. Crazy. The Denver Nuggets, they lose to the OKC Thunder in an overtime thriller in easily, easily the absolute chippiest game of the NBA season. Easily, easily the chippiest game of the NBA season. Just unbelievably physical between both teams. Unbelievably physical between both teams. I think this was one of those games, man, where it's like both of these teams clearly have some animosity towards each other. Very clearly have animosity towards each other. And that's just what it is. That's basketball. And honestly, shout out to them both. Shout out to them both. Shout out to them both. Like, I think for some of this is as simple as this, man. The team is in the clutch this year. They are still trying to figure out what exactly they're supposed to be doing, what they're supposed to be running, how they're supposed to be playing, all different kind of stuff. They have been mid. They have been mid ever since he's been back. And they've been mid all year in the clutch this season. And it's just mistakes. It's, Jokic is taking threes. He's not making them, but it's Tim Hardaway Jr. with one for sure turnover that was his fault when they were down 3 with like a minute 20 left that he should have easily just pulled out. And then you had Jamal Murray made a pitch across the middle. Tim Hardaway kind of fumbled the ball, but that's kind of on both of them. And then, like I said, they had wide open opportunities. At the end of the fourth quarter, man, the Denver Nuggets had a chance to win the game. Despite all the nonsense, despite all the things that had happened, they had a wide open corner 3 from Cam Johnson. And he just wasn't able to hit the shot. Just tough. Just tough performance. Tough loss. The Denver Nuggets, man, they have a lot of stuff they have to figure out, but I'm going to tell you how, just raw thoughts, I thought today's game was spectacular. I don't forget everything else. I thought it was a great individual basketball game between two of the best teams in the league, 2 of the 3 best teams in the league. Obviously, the Nuggets are missing Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson, 2 of their 5 best players this year. OKC is obviously missing AJ Mitchell, missing J-Dub, all NBA last season. We will get an opportunity to see both of these teams head-to-head, mano-a-mano. Head-to-head, mano-a-mano when the time comes here very quickly, very soon. But Jokic today had 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 14 assists. And they were a plus 15 today when Jokic played. They were a plus 15 when he played today. This was a very frustrating game for so many reasons. Because the way the game was working, y'all, they were a minus 21 when he sat, and they could not find an identity at all today when he was sitting on the bench. Valanciunas was horrible. Jonas Valanciunas was a minus 21 in 8 minutes and 26 seconds. 8 minutes and 26 seconds. That is insane. That's crazy. That obviously is like the game right there. The game is lost right there. They're going to have to figure that out. And, what I'll say, plain and simple, what I'll say is that in this game in particular, man, they're going to have to figure out, if this is what it is, Zeke Naji, Braun Holmes, they're going to have to play in this matchup. They're going to have to play. If they're going to have to focus on playing defense, and they're going to have to focus on switching and athleticism and rim protection, then they have to be able to utilize Aaron Gordon and Zeke and all of them in this matchup. Obviously, AG makes a big difference, small ball 5 in this situation for multiple reasons. But I mean, you just can't have that. You cannot have that where you're just unable to survive at all. Just crazy. Just crazy. And, I definitely was hoping that, if he saw Jay Will or if he saw Isaiah Hartenstein, you'd be able to do enough, but just quite simply weren't able to do enough today. And it's frustrating because it's like Valanciunas, like the physicality and the rebounding is what you're looking to hold on to. But he just doesn't have the foot speed to keep up, because what the Nuggets did excellent today, when Jokic, Christian Braun, and Jamal were on the floor today, they dominated OKC. The starters won the minutes. But as soon as like Jokic and Braun especially went out of this game and they lost their defenders and they lost their offensive hub, like they lost all their identity. And that needs to be the fix. Last year in the playoffs, remember in the 7-game series between OKC and Denver, Denver won the starter minutes. It was the bench minutes that were the problem. Now, obviously, getting Peyton back, getting AG back, changing a rotation, having Peyton and Cam and others making up for that time, that's going to help them a lot. But today, that was the issue again. Y'all, like Cam Johnson, he played 40 minutes. He was a minus 25 today. Now, he was a minus 25 because he had to play with Jonas. Like, the minutes were horrible. And he only had 7 points today. He was 2 of 7 from the field. He was 1 of 4 from 3 with a just... Jokic made the go-ahead basket, or the game time basket at 107 on a drive. No call drive. And then the next possession, he gets the ball and he finds Cam Johnson. I'm talking about wide open. Wide open. Wide, crazy open. And they just weren't able to make the shots. We got $10 super chat. Matt Evel 0, or is that 04X? $10 super chat. Thank you. Denver proved they can win. Concerning thing, if they were shooting great for most of the game, Gordon and Watson helped, but OKC should have AJ and Dub soon. So I don't know. The problem still, absolutely, it's going to be a tough matchup for both teams. And MPJ, the thing is, y'all, MPJ has bricked these shots like multiple times, including last season. So like, it's just shooting is so like touch and go, because they had the same thing with Dallas this year when Jokic found Peyton Watson, and Peyton was shooting 54% from corner threes. Cam Johnson shooting above 40% on corner threes this year. So it's a great find. It's a great shot. It's just brick. You miss it, and it changes the game. But I will say this. I think primarily, Jokic, like I said, was 9 of 25. He was 2 of 10 from 3. He was 7 of 15 from 2 today. Jokic is shooting about 12% worse since he came back from the injury. So, again, he's clearly not the same player right now. And I think that is the thing that I'm hoping over the next month and a half, as they just have the rest of the season to get into the playoffs. That's the first thing that comes back, is to touch, because that's not been here. Jokic had a phenomenal playmaking game, phenomenal rebounding game. He played a phenomenal defense today. I want to say the Nuggets, I mean, I'll have to check and see when I get an opportunity to, but the Nuggets were like very good defensively the whole game when he was on the floor today. Like, he honestly covered a lot of space. He actually cut off Isaiah Joe on a drive today. He had multiple possessions where he got out in space, was able to contain the ball handler. SJ got around him a couple times in the first half. He had great post coverage possessions. He was moving his feet. There's a reason why the defense was as good as it was. It's just, Jokic is going to have to figure out that 3-point shot, because, again, he goes 4 of 10 today. They probably win the game. If he shoots 40% from 3, they probably win the game. It's 11 to 25. But again, it's clearly the injury. But Christian Braun was phenomenal today, y'all. Phenomenal. 23 points for Christian Braun, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Now, he had in transition, so did Tim Hardaway Jr., turnovers in transition they didn't need to have. But he was phenomenal outside of that. He played stupid defense on SGA today. Stupid defense. Christian Braun has been an underrated defender on SGA for the last 2 seasons. He made the play of the game defensively. They had a lot of them. Cam Johnson had a couple of them as well. But Christian Braun got a block on SGA with the game on the line. Matter of fact, let me pull that up because this is like the whole narrative about Chris. If Christian Braun is going to be on this team, then he has to be able to continue to make plays like this. Like, this is insane. Phenomenal play. And it's just that, and one of the things is because they play so often, maybe he's just getting used to it. And obviously, SJ, this is his first game back. But look at this play. Like, he stays attached to the easily the most difficult guard that we've had in the NBA since James Harden at his apex. SJ has to reset the ball because he gets cut off the first time. And then he resets, stays attached, doesn't foul, times it perfectly for a crazy block. This was a crazy play. Y'all, it was right at this moment. I was like, oh man, are they really going to win this game? They're really going to win this game. But then right after that, I can't even find the play. I'm trying to find it. But right after that, like I said, they come down. Let me see. They come down and they get a great attempt from 3 from Cam, and he bricks. It's just like so hilarious, man. Like, they had multiple opportunities today, and they just couldn't make like the last shot. They got up 5. They got up 5 at one point and still were not able to close it out. Y'all, Cam's shooting 42% from 3 this year, y'all. Jokic is shooting 42% from 3, and they're just bricking. Cedric, exquisite, 1999, no swipe. We can't beat OKC. At least Lou got ejected. Y'all, they've already beaten OKC so many times, y'all. Like, the games clearly are showing that they are very equal. That is the whole issue. Like, OKC is a phenomenal team, but there's a reason why these games go like this. And, you know, again, I think it's going to have to be one of those, like, they're going to have to get back into this situation, obviously. But, like, the Nuggets just can't survive, like, if they're going to go a minus 21 when Jokic sits. That's going to be the difference. Like, if they do that, then yeah, it shouldn't have been that, though. Like, they should have been able to find something when he was sitting on the bench. But then, like I said today, the starters did enough to win the game, despite the fact that Jokic was 9 of 25 and missed 16 shots. Jamal Murray, 12 of 26, missed 14 shots. Christian Braun, 8 of 18, missed 10 shots. Like, that stuff is going to happen, but you get 14 assists and 17 rebounds from your best player. You get 39 points from Jamal, who is 7 of 13 from 3 and made his last 3 straight. Had 8 rebounds, 6 assists today. Jamal started off super slow and ended up crushing it the rest of the way. So, I mean, honestly, like, I think everybody should just be encouraged. Like, just be encouraged. Like, it was a great basketball game. And, like, damn all the narrative stuff, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, you know, people want to say what they want to say. Like, whatever. Like, it is what it is. But goodness gracious, like, I'm believing that when the opportunity presents itself again, when they have an opportunity to get back to this spot, they will respond but they're going to have to play their best basketball. That's how good OKC is. You got to play your best basketball. Tim Hardaway Jr. turning the ball over, in transition when you don't need to, and then the next possession it happening, like, why are Mr. Squidget Nugget $2 super chat? Why answer this? Why is our clutch losses the worst? I mean, I don't know if they're the worst. They lost the game. But I don't know, maybe like I should be more emotionally involved in like the outcome of this game, given like I think that there are several things the Nuggets could have done to address losing this game. But again, if you're going to do minus 21 and when Jokic sits, like that's pretty insane. It's just like, it's that simple, man. Like you can't do that. Crazy, man. But I was very entertained by this game. Like I said, Jokic's that touch has not been there since he's been back. 23, 17, and 14 for Jokic. Incredible playmaking game. Very good defensive game. Julian Strawther had 0 points today. He played 15 minutes, and there was a reason why. Tim Hardaway Jr. was 4 of 7 from the 3 line. He went 4 of 4 to start the game, 0 of 3 rested away. He was a minus 13, did have 16 points, though. And then Bruce Braun has actually played good defense as well. He had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 steals. He was a -1. Spencer Jones only played 2 minutes today. Fouled SGA as soon as he walked into the game. And then, like I said, Cam Johnson just had like not a great game today. He was staggered next to Jonas, and then obviously he was a -15 to start playing next to Jonas, and then obviously they had to stretch about the basketball. In overtime when they lost by 6. But I think Cam, I think Jokic and Murray all played well enough to get a win, but they're just going to have to continue. Like they just can't have complete drop-offs, in games like this. There's a 36-point swing between Jokic and Jonas Valanciunas. Like that's insane. I think David Adamman has to also change some things up too, man. Like I don't think you can Jonas should not be an every game player. I talked about this going into the season. I just don't think he should be an every game player. That just doesn't work for this roster. It doesn't work. OKC only shot 34% from 3. They were 12 of 35. The Nuggets were 18 of 48. The Nuggets were 17 of 22 from the free throw line. OKC was 23 of 27. Jokic only had 5 free throws. He got 2 more later in the game because of the flagrant. He had 3 just based on the shooting, like actual shooting fouls. But again, y'all, like, shooting 36% for Jokic, it's just obviously it's not good. But I'm also, like I said, I know he's not healthy. Like I know for a fact that he's not healthy. And I know for a fact that he's going to continue to struggle until his body gets where it needs to get. It's that simple. And that's not going to change. Now everybody's like completely out on Cam Johnson. It's insane. Yep. It's going to be interesting, man. We'll see. I'm actually really excited to see what the next game looks like with these teams. A Herbo 18, $2 super chat. Braun over Nembhard as a Shea POA defender, Thunder fan. I don't know, bro. Nembhard was crazy. And Nembhard was doing it without like crazy stunts too, though. Like now, to be fair, Braun did too. But Braun, like Nembhard is just like sideline to sideline. It's just a different kind of athlete. But like I said, those are 2 of the best for sure. Those were 2 of the best for sure. I will say too that like, I mean, dude, like I'm telling you, man, like Braun showed a lot today. Like he legitimately showed a lot of 1-2 today. For you to be able to go out there and you got 23 points in this matchup. Now he shot 10 threes. Jokic shot 10 threes. Jokic made 2. Braun made 3. Again, You don't expect Braun to make a lot of threes. You expect Jokic to make at least 4 of 10 based on how he shoots. But then again, like you get 5 of 20 from 2 players from 3, and then Cam Johnson added in there, you get 6 of 24 from 3 players on your starters. Like, yeah, that's gonna skew things. Their offense could have been even better today, and it was already cooking when Jokic and Braun and Murray were on the floor. But again, they're gonna have to find an identity outside of that. But yeah, man, honestly, this was a great game. Like, don't really have any complaints. It felt like a war. It felt like 2 teams that legitimately do not like each other, and that is great for basketball. And the Spurs are also in that as well. Like, just a great performance, man. Shout out, man. But that's gonna do it. I gotta go do Locked On NBA. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what time it is. See you on the other side.